Hello everyone, this is Jaquay House here, PMP Certified Project Manager. Thank you for joining us on how to pass your PMP exam. I'll be taking you through the process of the audit for the PMP application, the tools I use to get through the audit process, the PM experience verification, give you an idea what the paper-based application looks like if you do need to go through that process, and also take you through another great tool which I'm showing here on my screen now, which is the PMP Experience website replica that you can find online, and I'll be providing a link to in the post. What happens if you get audited and if you don't? Going through what's involved with the actual audit process. What does the document verification look like? And I'll be providing you with an example of that. And then the submission process for the audit itself. So once you have completed the audit document forms, what do you need to do to submit those forms? Let's go ahead and continue on here. So this is one of the first tools that I located just to help me out and take me through the process of what it would be like before I actually did it. It's a really great tool that I was able to find online. Anyone can find it. You pretty much just need to type in a few keywords and it pops up. But I'm going to do even one better. As I said, I want to save you time, and I already have the link for you, and again, it'll be within the post once you return back to the site. So this document here essentially just takes you through the requirements, the PMP high school diploma, associate degree, difference and requirements for the two verifications, or the possible ways you can be qualified for sitting for the PMP exam. And it talks a little bit about the agreement that you will have to agree to in order to sit for the exam or to even submit the application. Registering for the P.M.I site. Let's see here. Yeah, and then this also goes through, just filling out your personal information, address form, all that great stuff. So basically, this is a website replica. Um, it really looks just the same. Just someone put in an Excel form sheet, which I thought was awesome, because if you're not quite ready to take the PMP exam or to apply for the application, rather, or submit the application, excuse me, then this is a really good tool. So when you are ready, everything's already done for you. You just got to copy and paste, which makes life a lot easier. And again, I'm not going to go through this necessarily in detail, but I just wanted to show you what I use to assist me in getting the application process going a little bit faster, and just understand what I'm going to be asked for, so I'll be more prepared for that. Then this is where you document your projects and hours and so forth. And it looks a little similar to this, slightly different, but this really does help to showcase what the website is going to kind of put you through. And then this tool here is the actual experience or the P.M.I experience verification worksheet that I use. As you can see, I have some projects listed here and the rest there. And essentially what I did was I just put the start date on the project, the end date, the number, and it calculates the number of months. I did have to put in the hours, and it factors it all out based on initiation, plan, execution. You just kind of type that in, what percentage you spent in each area, process group area, and then it just kind of spits out a distributed hours for the total number of hours. Really just multiply by the percentage of each process group, and there you have it, and then gives you a grand total, which should equal up to the number of hours down here for your projects. And it just really helps you to transfer over all this data into the application, which you will have to do when you go through the verification process. Alright, so next up, I wanted to show you what the audit page actually looks like if you are audited. and essentially it's going to spit this information out. Again, I said, you're going to need the information that's here, and the initiate, plan, execute, control, close for a particular project that you're working on. And as you see, it's gonna be right there, so you're gonna just put it there, and then once you're finished with the audit form document and you submit it, it's gonna spit this out essentially. And you're gonna have your project description, so you're gonna talk a little bit about what you did on that project, things like this. This one is just really a sample one that I just went to Google and typed it in, and it pulled it up. But again, this just saves you some time to see what it's going to look like and what information you're going to be required to have. So getting back to the two differences with the, all right, so right here, getting back to the two differences in the verification or the audit, the two types of audit that you can get. So the first type of audit that you might be audited for, if you do get audited, is you're gonna have to verify your PM experience. Okay, you're gonna have to have your degrees verified if you do indeed have a bachelor's or higher education that you are claiming toward the P.M.I application. And then the actual project management education hours that you're required to have, which are the 35 hours. Then the other one that you could be audited for, the second type of audit, is just one less. You would just need to verify your project management experience and then the 35 hours. Okay, so not everyone gets the same type of audit, and most people don't even get audited. It's actually a small percentage of individuals that get audited. For one, I was audited, so I had to go with the first option I talked to you about, which was all three. So the PM experience, essentially that just boils down to, again, what I showed you earlier here, and just documenting your PM experience and going through and thinking about all the projects that you've worked on in the past and what you did on those projects and what areas of those projects did you either lead or participate in leading a task. So, as you can see here, 20% there, 55% there, 15% here, 10% there, 0%, and so forth, until you kind of work it all out. This actual spreadsheet was created by Josh from pmstudent.com. I liked it. As soon as I saw it, I knew this was the document that was going to be able to assist me. Again, I just browsed the internet looking for documents that could assist me and came across this one just doing a Google search, and it was the link that just popped up. So again, I'll be providing you with that link. And then the degree verification, essentially what that is just your school transcripts. So you're going to have to provide your school transcripts to verify your bachelor's degree, or let's say you have a master's degree that you're going to utilize in submitting the P.M.I application. So let's go ahead and talk about the actual submission of your application once you have gone through your audit process and you have all the documents together and you've documented your experience basically. So here it's going to spit out from the P.M.I website your project management experience audit report, or essentially the information you've input to their system stating for each project where you worked on, who you worked for, how long in each of the projects did you spend in initiating, planning, executing, controlling, closing, in hours, the project description as you see there, and it basically gives you this audit report in a PDF form. Okay, you need to take these documents then and send them back to the employer or the person that has this intimate knowledge of your project management experience for these particular projects, and have them sign off on those projects. Then they're going to take those documents and put them into an envelope, seal the envelope, and sign their name on the seal. Okay. One of the things I did to help avoid any confusion or wondering why is this person being audited if they're applying for their certification by a previous employer, I went ahead and contacted them ahead of time, which I strongly suggest. I wouldn't even tell you not to do it. Definitely you have to do it, because you just don't, again, you want them to know that you're utilizing them as a reference point. And I even went ahead and created a letter that I included with these documents when I sent them to them for them to verify and send back, so I could forward it on to the P.M.I website in a additional sealed envelope. So I had about 3 employers that needed to verify my experience, and this is kind of a template letter that I sent each of them. If you look here, it basically says, hello, per our previous conversation, I was randomly selected for audit when submitting my credentials to P.M.I to sit for the PMP exam. I told them I attached some documents, and I gave them some basic instructions, to complete the experience verification forms, place those forms in a gray envelope. And so just very simple, so they didn't make any mistakes and I wouldn't fail the audit process. All right, so once your application is approved, what you're going to receive is an email similar to this one from P.M.I, just stating that you need to submit payment, some tips for scheduling your exam, and then the P.M.I audit process, which I've already kind of gone through for you. And just to show you kind of a timeline, a real timeline of going through the application experience, the audit process, and when you finally do get approved, this is my inbox just showing emails that I received from P.M.I. So on the 5th of October, my application had been received by them. I actually started the application, I want to say on the 1st, so it took me about 4 days. And then the approval of my application, which I received on the 10th, so it took about 5 actual days for that. And then that's when I went ahead and made payment on the 14th, and I got audited. So, and as you see there, it says your application has been selected for the P.M.I's audit process, and again, that's where my payment, or actually my payment was made on the 29th. Actually, when I finished the application, that's when I got audited. So, and I took the exam about a month later on the 18th, and I passed. So, that's really the whole process there. So I hope that this has been educational for you and answers a lot of the questions that you might already have. If you have further questions, go ahead and make a post and I'll reply to that as soon as I can. Take care.